Yo, what's good, people? What's the pride of the East Side, DJ MH Tutter?
That's why I'll be rocking with this guy, man. It's your boy Wow, man. How y'all feeling?
Oh, it's Radio Raheem with the Uppity Project shit.
This is Bob for Bob, where we talk about hip-hop culture and more. And today we got a really super phenomenal show lined up for you guys, man. We got two of the most dopest, prolific MCs who get busy on that mic, man. None other than Chicago's own Common.
Agreed.
And Brooklyn's finest, Talib Kweli.
Ooh, wait. This is... Joe, we had
This
these
is a tough one.
Because I'm about to say, we had these problems, man. When I noticed y'all like to pull out names, I like the easy ones where I can go through and be like, he bodied them. But this one here, you really had to go through the catalog, bro, to like check out every single track. Like, I mean, and mind you, they have a catalog.
They got
bro.
a real catalog.
They not 2 albums in, 3. Like, even if you count the mixtape shit they done, you like, God.
Yeah.
This is why we wasn't here last week, because we pretty much 2 weeks.
We needed to do our research.
Yeah, very much so.
To figure out what was going on. So, like we always do over here at Bar for Bar, by me and Wow being the distinguished gentlemen that we are, right?
Yeah, always. Certain days I could be.
We're going to start off with the ladies. Talib Kweli, Common, Bar for Bar. Who you rocking with?
Okay, so to be honest, I felt like it was a little bit of an unfair advantage when it comes to comparing their careers. Only because Talib Kweli was brought up around, those people. And Common, he's from the streets of Chicago. It was like he kind of had to figure out, how to navigate through this shit, as opposed to Talib having somebody hold his hand. And basically, he just had to find his own style, when it comes down to it. So because of the come up and the struggle, I'm going to go with Common.
Wait, just because you go for the hip of it. You sound like you doing some Chicago shit right now.
I mean, yeah, shout out love. But, nah.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like some Chicago shit.
For real. Like, I feel like sometimes when you have that struggle coming up, you got to discover who you are. You got to discover your style. You got to work just a little bit harder to make yourself known and get respected in this game.
True.
See what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you roll up to a party, you already with the motherfuckers that's respected. Boom, you automatically got that respect. And not to poke holes at his come up or anything like that, but you kind of was around motherfuckers that was doing it.
But now, for Talib's defense, though, what a lot of people don't know is like, he didn't, when he come up around him, it was a different way. He actually owned the bookstore. That's how he know a lot of the artists. Like that's how he know a lot of the artists. They used to come in and they talk.
And he had to earn his stripes.
Yeah, all real.
Like I said, I'm not disputing that or poking holes at his come up or anything. But once again, he still had people that could come in and give him. So you know what I'm saying? He was able to get trained, and motherfuckers was able to kind of like, all right, you doing this wrong. Come here, let me show you what's up. You know what I'm saying? But to where it's Common, you know what I'm saying? He just coming off the streets of Chicago. And he got his homies and shit. They just like, oh shit, nigga, you can rap. Okay. But ain't no like-minded people around him to help him hone in on his craft and get great at it.
We had a squad here, I could say. Because his squad, when you really look at it.
But who was Common with?
He had what's his No ID and them behind him, which is big names. Is big names in hip hop in general, not just Chicago, but in hip hop in general. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So when I went back through his catalog, go ahead. Well, you got something to say?
I do. I want her to back up though.
Yeah, come on, back up.
About the struggle and all that, but this bar for bar.
Come on.
I get it.
Artists. Let's talk about the artistry.
Okay.
Right? The lyrics.
Here's my thing, right? And this is across a lot of New York rappers. Before you get to the body of the song and the lyrics, I feel like they throw smoke and mirrors at you with big words.
Oh, so
and
you said
Murray did it.
You said Socrates, philosophy,
yes,
hypocrisy.
They show that.
But if you listen to those words, these are all words you get when you was in high school.
I get that, but these are all things to make you think. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not as simple. So the reason why I say so, it's just like Keith Murray. in this song, The Most Beautifulest Thing.
The
Y'all
most
never
beautiful
let the
thing
logical
in the
niggas
world.
is comical, the astronomical. Like, they just throw all these,
You see
to
what she just
me,
did?
to me, they just a bunch of unnecessary big words together. And it's like, oh shit, you kind of know what he sound like he talking about. Let me listen to him some more. So that's to draw you in, which to me is smoke and mirrors.
Okay.
But that doesn't take away that they dope ass artists. It's just like, okay, bro, okay, all these astronomicals and all of this other shit, flu bombing you. Okay, cool. Let's get to the body of the music. But I'm from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have all that shit when motherfuckers was coming in and throwing all those big words at you. And they're not complicated words. But if I'm fucking 14 years old listening to rap and I'm like, damn, them some big ass words. Like, I ain't really tapped into my vocabulary yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to this shit.
So now, is that your fault though that you didn't tap in, or is it to be honest, is it a way that they get you to go want to search these words now? Like, what the hell they meant by this?
Okay,
shit? Like,
so here we go. I was in the spelling bee, so these words wasn't
these
outrageous to me.
Though,
But the average person, you see what I'm saying? It was just like, okay, like I said, okay, you know what I'm saying? They sound like they know what they're talking about.
Right.
It's just like when some lawyer come throwing them $50 words at you, and you be like, oh yeah, I agree. Like, no, the fuck I don't, nigga. Explain this shit to what the fuck you saying to me.
Break it
You know
down
what
to
I'm
me
saying?
in layman's. So you like layman's term rap is what you're telling me?
Not necessarily. Not
Not
now. But
not now.
what I'm saying is, I feel like when it comes down to the artistry of the New York rappers, they throw all that smoke and mirrors at you, and then you be like, oh shit, this nigga got something to say.
Okay.
As opposed to Common, where he just come in, I'm gonna say what the fuck I need to say, fuck all the extra shit, and you gonna feel it.
I love this show because Radio Rahima got beef with the Barty gang. No, you cool with the Barty gang. But you got beef with the Barbs. You got beef. Who else you got beef with? I forgot.
I got beef with nobody.
Not the Beehive, but
It was
the Barbs.
It was the Barb. She
Somebody
got out.
else.
Oh, academic bitch
Academic.
ass. She if you come to the city, she at you. That's all I know. Like,
Well, that ain't nobody. But now you're in tour with the whole New York.
she sent it up with this. Joe, we can't. How we gonna be able to take Bob out of New York, Joe? They gonna be standing there. They gonna be posted up like
Oh, my God.
they gonna be like, hey yo B, you fucking with us, son? This is where New York. This is where hip hop come from, B. Like,
all I'm saying is all of my favorite rappers coming up was from the East Coast. So no, you know what I'm saying? That much respect is given. I'm just saying, and not even the old rap, you know what I'm saying, with Dana Dane and all of them, because
She
was
throwing out some names.
But that's what I'm saying. It was because there before a time when the woke rap came. You see what I'm saying? There was this other time with the hip hop, with the b-boy and all of that shit, and it all came together. But then we moved into that new era with the Talib Kweli's, and then Q-Tip's music. Not Q-Tip's music, but Tribe Called Quest. You know, then it's like, oh shit. But once again, you know, and the Keith Murrays and all of them started rolling out. But like I said, they threw out all that smoke and mirrors, and this is the conclusion I came to listening to it now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, another big word, great. Okay, come on, get to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's just like, okay, I'm kind of impatient with the bullshit. Get to the lyrics.
So you fucking with Common.
Yes.
Point blank, period.
Yes.
shout out Common, Chicago, East Side. You know what it is, man. It's
South Side.
He from the
East
East
Side.
Side.
He from the South Side.
East Side. Crazy.
Look, hey, but look, okay, this is one part I gotta talk about that I did like. I don't know how many. Okay, I think it was the first three. He kept his pops on there.
Right.
Like he had pops talking that real street shit, but got knowledge, right?
Right.
So he like, yeah, you know, I come up on 47. He on 87. I say that's my nigga,
It's
Joe.
a big difference.
Like, and it is a
It's
big
a big
difference.
difference.
But it's also, this is what people have to understand. Like, this is what I love our city, right? We all intertwine. No matter what side you want to represent or whatever, we all intertwine with each other some type of way, form, or fashion.
Right.
Because you got somebody in your family that was, if you was over the east, you had somebody in your family from the low end
Right.
or from out west.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they was just playing, out in the hundreds. Like, yeah, I got family out there in the hundreds too. Like, you had family everywhere, so we was always tied in. And we knew about east side, you know, regardless of what everybody else want to talk about. But I liked that part. Now, if we gonna be now, we gonna
Go
okay.
ahead.
All right. Listening to the comment, checking comment out, right? And I told you earlier this week, the first 2 albums did not get me, bro, because I felt he was trying to fit into that New York sound, right? Like when I listened to it, I'm like, what the hell? Like I had to go back and I remembered it, right? And I'm like, wait, let me go back. Can I borrow $1?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Love it, but it sounded so New Yorkish to me that it didn't make me identify that he was from here.
Okay.
But that's what he was going to do.
Wait.
So I listened to him, I'm like, damn. Now he got bars though.
Right?
He had bars on it, but I'm like, damn, it didn't sound like he was one of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Heard the second one. I'm like, damn. Mind you, and maybe it was the beat selection too, because he went into a lot of jazz on that shit. Like he played, and I don't know if that's because his father influence on this or whatnot, or just Chicago. I know Chicago we a big blues and jazz culture up here, so maybe that played into it. Maybe that's what he was trying to show, like Chicago but it just did not sound to that Chicago sound that I was listening for. And then album 3 came out. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, he did some. They say okay. We all knew it was the track "I Used to Love Her," right? That was on the second album. It caused a lot of controversy because Ice Cube and them got at him because his track said, "Oh, it was a diss track." Mm-hmm. When he said it wasn't. I beg to differ.
It wasn't a diss track.
No.
It was a diss lines. Those lines were disrespectful to the West Coast.
No, it's more than one line, bro.
I said lines.
Like, more than no. Look, I felt he did, okay. He could have dropped it in there because this is how he did it. He talked about it in the second verse when he went over to the West, did this. Well, cool. But then you went back and reiterated on the third verse again, which if I was Q and I'm from out West and I'm representing this culture,
I'm taking offense to it.
I took offense to it.
Yeah.
At the same time, when you think about it, because he was like, we stopped talking knowledge, and that's the part I felt like he was wrong at. Yeah, they talked to gangsterism, but if you really listen to Cube and them, they were talking shit that was really, they just wasn't with the big ass words like the East Coast was. They wasn't over there talking about Obama time.
But
they
it
were
was
talking
gangster too.
Right.
So what he said is not valid,
right.
but the way they were saying it is not what the norm was for hip hop at that time.
And that's the part. That's why I liked it, the West Coast.
Absolutely.
Like I guess that's what kept me more in tune with it because they was like they sounded, even though they had that 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 proper time. They sound like how we was acting out here.
Yeah.
At that time. So it's like, yeah, we heard knowledge and stuff, but let's be real in Chicago. We didn't have them people standing on the corners doing nothing like that. Like we didn't have the strong 5%ers here. You know what I mean? The God body. We don't have that here strong like that. Mm-hmm. So at that time, no, we didn't have people on the corner telling us, yeah. You had the Nation of Islam, which is still here, and you probably had a couple of the more science brothers out, but you didn't have them in a strong, you know what I mean? Like that's what they get up there.
Yeah.
So of course them words gonna drop because this is what they hearing every day. Mm-hmm. Then like it's like it ain't just like it's a thing out there, like for real life. So if you under these knowledge of self and all this, it's gonna come out in your music. You're gonna say something that's gonna, and then you saw Rakim do it, so they were like, wait, hold on, if Rock could do it, we the guys, we can do it too. So that I understand that part. But when I was talking about when I was listening to the comment, I'm like, yo, then that third album came out, and that's when I felt Chicago.
Okay.
I felt Chicago on that third album. I'm listening, and I'm like, this is what I've been waiting on. Like, you know what I mean? And it made me go back like, all right, this was like, man, you again, bar for bar, he has it. And I know I'm just talking a lot on him now. We go to Talib Kweli. I'm gonna be very honest. From the first album, I fucked with him. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm listening to him. He represented New York. Like, and that maybe
Talib Kweli BKMC.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe if it's just me, but when I listen, I tell y'all all the time when I'm listening to music, I do not like to listen to your music and not know where the fuck you from just by hearing some of your music. Let me be assuming. Like, but I want to be damn to be exact assuming. Like when I hear like, oh yeah, he's saying them R, he's from the West Coast somewhere. He ain't got to be in Cali, but he could be from Arizona. He could be from Vegas. Like in that West Coast area, I know that's where he's from. Right. Just like when you hear people saying, "Hey yo, son, hey yo, B," like no disrespect, but this is their language, this is their regular talk. Like I know you from New York. So I want to hear that, like, you know what I mean? And Talib did that from the beginning of his. If we going, bar for bar like this, from the beginning, I was able to identify where he was from. Mm-hmm. Again, Common got bars though, like. So when I'm listening to it, I'm like, damn. Like I said, this was a hard one, bro. Like I really had to, like, damn. how am I gonna break this down? How can I break this down? Then I had, you know what I did? I say, well, fuck it, we gonna take it back to why Bar for Bar really was started, right?
Right.
Go to the, no, not even just the beat. Go to the track that they did together.
Oh, yeah.
See who bodied who. Cause that's the only, cause like on some for real shit, if you're a real hip hopper, bro, and some real lyrics, to me they like this. Mm-hmm. They neck and neck. I can't. If I just say Carmen, y'all will know I'm just saying Carmen because it's Chicago,
right.
And I know my people who watching. I don't want them to feel this real hip hop right here. But we really talking that shit. So I go looking. I was kind of disappointed that I looked up on all the Carmen track lists and didn't catch no features with Talib. But on Talib's, I call features. This is another thing that I noticed too while I was listening though. Talib fuck with Common hard. 100%. He shot him out in a couple of songs, like even in the song to him and it's on the Beautiful Struggle album. That him and they did. He quote the quote that Jay-Z said. Like I'm like, damn. I'm like, I almost gave it to Talib. Then I had to listen back for Common when he got to spit his bars and how he was going. Like, this is a really hard one.
Before we let you make your decision,
go ahead. Come on, talk that.
You said something early in your presentation on who you rocking with about Common not representing Chicago in the first couple of albums. Mm-hmm. And this young lady eyes lit up, so she got something to tell him.
So like I said earlier, so you know, Common, he had no ID, but Chicago hadn't really had a sound yet.
But him to follow.
But see, this is I knew that was gonna be y'all argument. I swear to God.
No. And he was going to New York to do his album.
I know that.
So you gotta factor in all that shit. And then on that third album, he was this is how I compared it, right?
Come on.
Me and Mitch was talking earlier. It's like comparing it to starting a new job, right?
Okay.
You get your trainer start teaching you how to do this job. And you do it exactly like your trainer until you find your own way to do it.
So
and then
it took him 2 albums again. That's all I'm asking.
So okay,
at that day and time, yes, because once again, that was no Chicago sound to
like
go.
92, 93 we talking about, right?
Yeah.
So hip hop is really it's only about 10 years old at that point, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's maybe 10, 11 years old at that point. And it's in its turning phase because we didn't went from the Busy Bees and all of that Kumo D shit until LL and the Run DMCs and the Beastie Boys and all that.
True that.
Public Enemy, all that shit. Mm-hmm. And this dude, the God MC, Rakim, him and Kane, they just came and did some other shit.
True that.
Right?
True that.
Who else? NWA. They did some other shit at this time, right? But New York is still the home and the place for hip hop.
Yeah.
So as you watching this other shit form and you common sense, and this is like where your idols and like again God MC Rakim, this is who you studying. This is who you know when you go to New York. You seeing a bunch of baby Rakims is coming of age. And then, like she mentioned earlier too, your peers at the same time is Tribe Called Quest, Talib called.
Y'all doing too much.
No.
I'm hearing all y'all excuses. But let me say this. No. To me,
91, bro.
But listen to this.
Hold on.
Listen to this.
Hold on.
Because I want you to go there, but then I got other proofs behind all this. I like how what y'all saying.
I'm telling you. And
I
want
what
you to prove, besides NWA and those guys who switched the culture, who you knew represented where they from right away.
Flint, Michigan. But let's go back to the Dayton family. This is what I'm saying. Like, so when you represented
the Dayton family come out?
The same time.
90, so their first album.
Yeah, 92, 93, 90,
okay.
around that time. Yeah. So you got this is why I say this. And I understand I hear everything y'all saying. And I understand that, and I feel that. But this is when I say identity and who. This is why I respected the West Coast, because they did not try to sound like they had to bring their own style in. And now that y'all saying this might be the reason why, and this is explaining why the reason why I feel the Midwest don't get their respect like that.
But
because we tried, like if you like a lot of our artists back in those days when they did come out because we were so called the Lost Coast. We did either sounded like that way, or we sounded, which is the East Coast, I'm saying, or we sounded that way, which was the West Coast. We never had our middle sound until you heard like somebody like Dayton Family.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Top Authority. Like all these guys who was what's his name? May rest in peace. MC was it Breed?
Mm-hmm.
Like these artists represented that Midwest sound. Like when you start hearing that sound, they wasn't afraid to sound how they would sound. And I understand, like you said, Common was trying to get on, and it was part of the game. Like to me, still, it was like you have to break. You have to break. I feel like you have to break the mold.
That was just okay.
To stand out. Because he blended in when he did that.
But
like
this is what I'm saying. Back to what you're saying. I agree with you, but they represented something different than what Common was representing at the time. He common sense, conscious. He ain't Dayton Family. They talking that gang drug talk.
True that.
You get what I'm saying?
I know that, but he come from that. I mean, he ain't had to. Okay, I'm not saying.
You understand?
Yeah.
What I'm saying,
I see what you're saying.
So what they was talking about and what they representing, nothing wrong with it, right? But he at trying to find Common in that realm, it's hard. In the beginning. In the beginning.
Then when he came out with album 3, he found himself.
But then I feel like, so the Dayton Family came out after Common. But on the West Coast, was it one artist that came out? On the East Coast, was it one artist that came out? Like Common, he came out like he was like one of the first ones for Chicago to come out.
Him and the Brat came out at the same time.
Yeah. So
look at the Brat though.
But here's the thing.
She didn't sound New York. She didn't sound down south.
But here's
imagine
the thing.
She groomed by a down south dude. She didn't sound like that though.
I wouldn't say she was groomed back.
JD groomed. JD. She said her damn self. Like he groomed her. He like if you got, but people don't know is her first album he wrote. She didn't write none of her shit herself. Like she just started writing into that third or that second album that grown when she looking grown and shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, a lot of her shit was JD wrote. So it was just like how you
can't
sound.
Cross the line. Okay, so here's the thing with females and males when it comes to hip hop. At that time, you can't really compare them because females had to come out with a punch 10 times harder than men to get respected.
She did.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you can't really compare, but once again,
I think you can from the Midwest though on this one because
she's the first female to ever go platinum, so that's kind of like.
And he coming, and he the first. I think you on this one you can because again you say she the first that went platinum. Mm-hmm. He the first coming out of our city pretty much at that time, right?
But what I'm saying is, when you talk about his style and all of that shit, once again, you had a crew of motherfuckers over here that they could sit amongst each other and think about their style. On the West Coast, you got a crew of motherfuckers that's over there and they got their shit down because that's where the shit came from. You just got Common and he has to figure that shit out. It's just like with J. Cole. We didn't know who the fuck he was for about an album or two.
Well, no, I knew who J. Cole was.
He had to fucking figure.
I knew J. Cole from mixtape.
But from his first album.
From his first mixtape.
From his first mixtape until like he went through that shit. You see what I'm saying? But hold on. Not saying that it fucked with his artistry or nothing
he never
like that.
changed his artistry though.
Right. But from when he first started to now, it's like, oh, we see the maturity, we see the difference. That's the same thing with Common. He ain't have no connects here.
I don't think the J. Cole. Okay, you kind of right because at first his shit did have a little New York influence in it, and he said it too.
Yeah.
Now that you say it did, but I never saw.
Who you take though?
Who I take today? Cause now y'all know who I'm finna take. Now y'all already know I'm Chicago to Chicago. Like, I'm an asshole.
I'm a Chicago win to Chicago win.
Plain and simple. And you know when he came back with the corner, I was like, oh, Common,
man,
nigga. Look, you represented us. That then you know I was just listening to the shit he got with where he did the what was that album called where he brought all the young niggas together.
Kingdom.
Was it Kingdom? Is it Kingdom?
Kingdom Come.
No, that's Jay-Z shit,
bro. No. He got an album called
it was called something.
Kingdom something. Salute to Common. You know how I know about this album? Nobody Smiling.
Nobody Smiling. That's it, bro.
Nobody
Yeah,
Smiling.
that's it.
Kingdom was one of the joints.
Yeah.
Because I interviewed him for that album.
Look at you,
Yeah,
fancy.
that was my
Look, yeah. He like, I interviewed that.
That was my first ever.
We need to bring him here. Bob Carmen, come on, sit on the couch with us, bro.
Oh,
Well,
do it.
on the couch with her. I'll be over there. So fucking well, my bad.
All right, so you rolling with Carmen too?
I'm riding with Carmen. I got a couple of people say they roll with Carmen too, man. Shout out Rachel. She said she got Carmen. Doss Lotto said he got Carmen. Like, hey, motherfuckers saying they ride with. Is that just because y'all ride with him because he from Chicago?
Well, let me.
I mean, I understand that too because I know y'all from Chicago. But don't get me wrong, and this ain't no disrespect. Talib got heat. Maybe my bias is coming from because
that's
he's
what
Chicago.
we gotta talk about, right?
Because that's my bias. Because Talib got heat, bro.
DKMC Talib Kweli.
Like I'm
right? Like Black Star.
Yes. Yeah.
The man is phenomenal.
No doubt about
Lyrically,
it, bro.
one of the best MCs to
Monster.
ever pick up a mic, right?
Monster.
I've seen him rap with the best of the best and the worst with the worst.
And
Matter of
still-
fact, he won't even get on a mic with the worst of the worst. Let's just be honest
Yeah,
with that, right?
yeah. You gotta have bars to sit with him.
To be as versatile as he is, as far as like lyrically, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I will say that about Talib that I don't see much of is he don't really switch his style up much.
No.
Like you pretty this me. You get this,
True that.
like you know how some artists might like change the cadence up every now and then, or they might do some, like he finding something that fit what he do.
Because I'm just about to say, it don't seem like he
all
needs
the
to
time.
neither.
Not,
Like,
not at all.
Like he
No,
don't need
I
to.
dig it.
From all the stuff that I heard, I'm like, damn, he jump on this. How he gonna get on this beat?
Yeah.
Like he can get on it and kill it with. I don't know if it's because of the way his vocals sound.
But you know what? And I feel like we kind of seen a little different side of him when he did the track with Kanye, trying to catch the beat. Like, you
Of
know what I'm
course.
saying? So,
So let's go back though. Like I say, Black Star. If you're a fan of hip hop, I ain't even gotta go there
Right.
and explain nothing about what that is, right?
Cause that, wait, before you, the first album though that Talib did, him and High Tech.
Eternal Reflection. Now
Come on,
listen.
God, like
Listen, shout out to High Tech.
classic.
That's definitely a
And that's a Midwest guy, just in case people don't know.
Cincinnati.
He from Cincinnati, Ohio, bro.
And
And I wondered, I always try to figure out how did that connection happen.
I saw them on Rap City when they first talked about it. I don't probably him going to, New York trying to get up. So Ruckus
Yeah.
was a thing at the time, and I don't know if High Tech went to Ruckus and how it happened,
Right.
but Ruckus had all of the conscious rappers,
Yeah.
like
Hell yeah.
from Talib Kweli, Common, Mos Def, Pharoah Monch. Who I'm missing? Because I'm missing a few people. But all my Ruckus fans, y'all know what it is, right?
Yeah.
That Eternal Reflection album with High Tech, like The Blast, is one of my favorite
Yeah.
hip hop records of all time. You know what I mean? Like that beat so smooth, like.
I like how he got who did the Blast is the one with his name in it?
Yeah.
Kweli? Like how? Like this is that what to me set up. Maybe see, look, y'all gonna be like, Joe, look, it's really for me. It was damn Common from the city. And Common like my man Dawes just said, Common is versatile like a hooper, bro.
Fact. That's what I'm going with.
And he said he versatile like a hooper. Well, he said Talib don't give a care if you like him or not. He just gonna go in that pocket and rock.
It's like this. If I could explain it in basketball terms.
Come on, talk
I
that
like
shit.
what Dawes did. Talib Kweli is a shooting guard. Give me the ball,
Gotcha.
I'm going to put it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get 20 a game.
Okay.
Like me or not, I'm going out here to get 20 a game.
Okay.
Common
He gonna
is
find
more
a
like
shot for you.
Common is more like a Scottie Pippen or a
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard for the young guys. who don't
So he
understand.
can switch from
Like,
shooting
I
to
can
forward.
shoot, but I can play D. I can rebound. I can do a little bit of all.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I with
Like,
you.
cause you get Common on some R&B records that you don't expect them to be on, or you get Common,
No, Electric Circus, bro. If you gonna go there, just go there, bro.
I
Go
hated
there.
that album though.
Now, look,
I ain't gonna
but
front.
this is
I
great.
hate, like, okay, let's go to Common.
Did he do bars on it though? 'Cause
His rap never switched. I think what happened to Common with Electric Circus was when that joint came out, it was a lot ahead. It was too far ahead of its time.
I'm just about to say that.
Because like right now,
It'll fit in because that's what I'm listening to. And I'm like, I listened to it now. It was like, wait, hold on. I don't remember it like this.
We talking about like Rockets and like he coming off like some of his best albums ever. Like he coming off The Light and Sixth Sense and all that shit. So you like damn. And then for him to switch over and I like the joint with Mary, I love it, right? Like that shit is amazing. But it's like okay, this shit is all.
Now hold on though. Okay, because sad note, we ain't gonna let this go without it being said. Rumors, because I wasn't around at that time, was in a place where it couldn't be. But rumors was saying that sound came because he was messing with Erykah Badu.
That's a fact. Yeah, that is a fucking fact.
And say she opened his mind up to some.
That's a fact.
But also, okay, hold on, because I had to get my dates.
Come on.
See. But okay, so also that was again when music was starting to change too.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's when we was moving into from the more conscious rap into, then Lil Wayne blew up and Pharrell was blowing up and all of that shit. So Pharrell, which I just seen, Pharrell had his hand on a lot of that shit, which actually makes a lot of sense for it to be called Electric Circus.
If you listen to that sound.
Yeah, I just had to, I remember that album cover. But yeah, so that at that time, music was changing again, and that's something else. Once again, we had to adjust to. Like,
it just, I think he was just thought. He was thinking ahead. Like you just said, he was thinking. Like he probably was in the Erykah Badu putting that Badu as him on. He saw the future. She was rolling. He was like, he heard electric guitar. I just imagine.
Just think, like the vibe was probably just different. Like just sitting around her, they talking about moon stars, quasars, and then she get up and take you the fuck down in a whole nother way you ain't been took down.
You over here, all you heard is music.
And what Pharrell say, I started seeing sounds.
Exactly.
Right. And that's what he heard. He heard that. He was like, I'm going to spit bars on this motherfucker. I'm going to go crazy. Hey, listen, on some for real shit.
Started seeing sounds.
Erykah Badu.
I mean, finna listen to this.
Please.
So look,
I don't think your life ready for it. So.
I think it is. Take my life for a slug. Let's go.
This man gonna be doing bar for bar and shoulder pass.
Oh, shoulder pass with the motherfucking head on, right?
What's the motherfucking linen pants on?
Talking about some peace, God. It's like, this motherfucker went crazy. Like, no, I didn't. Erykah Badu is like that's all.
So
shout out.
I'm gonna say this about both artists though.
Go ahead.
Kanye bring the best out of both of them.
That's a fact.
Like,
oh God, he did.
Like Kanye brought the best out of both of them. When they, I'm gonna be honest. Common was dope. Electric Circus happened. It was like, Kanye, like, come in, man. Let's go.
I feel like he resurged his career at that time.
A whole different energy, a whole different sound.
Because I don't think Common was focused on that no more, really. He was doing movies and shit then. So it's like his movie stuff, like what I'm hearing from a lot of people, they say, shit, that movie money is a lot different than this rap money, Joe.
If they be doing the commercial artificial intelligence for fucking Microsoft or some shit like that, it's everywhere.
Look, hip-hop is the culture. That's what people got to understand, Joe. To the point they have to implement this in every fucking thing now. Mm-hmm. Everything is hip hop is being implemented. Right. Anytime you turn on some shit, turn it on. Basketball, hip hop is there.
We got the best out of there. Kanye brought the best out of them boys, though.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kanye brought him back to Chicago.
That's why I say the corner. That's why I say the corner was my shit.
But then, like, Beautiful Struggle, though, right?
Come on.
That's one of them albums that's like, first of all, that title.
Yes.
A Beautiful Struggle. Life is a Beautiful Struggle.
Because we are struggling.
And when you think about that, that's what the fuck it is. Yes. You struggle every day, like, with something. Whether it's bills, whether it's just, man, just thinking about some shit or trying to do some shit. It's a struggle. But then the dopest shit might happen to you, like the universe working your way. You like, God damn.
It's like that infused food, blissful torture.
Shout out Quirky Kid. It's a wonderful thing. Shout out to everybody. Matter of fact, I gotta throw this out there. Happy 420 to all my 420ers. Y'all know what it is, man. Hopefully y'all doing what y'all doing.
Just be rolling, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's what. Pull up on us tonight. We at Tantrum. It's going down. Shout out Chaz up.
Shout out to the Loud Pack. The whole Loud Pack.
The whole Loud Pack, boy. It's going crazy. And my homie gonna be in the building, so y'all make sure y'all watch out for him.
Who, me?
No, bro. I mean, of course you're gonna be there. I'm talking about my homie who, he been posting for us. He been letting people know he rocking with the moves.
Bro gonna be in the building.
Bro gonna be in the building. He looking for y'all. He said he looking.
Who can he see though?
He said he can see everybody.
Back to
But yeah.
So, Beautiful Struggle as well, you know, that album, and then the Eternal Reflection, where he bring Mos Def back into the fold. Well, not that he really left, but you know, that's when they
him
really,
going back and forth,
yeah. He jumped on the joint. Did he bring? Was it Jay Electronica and Kendrick?
Yeah, I think on that track that they got together, yes. Yeah, look, man, I'm gonna say this much.
Y'all see, I really be listening to these records though. Like it ain't just.
I'm gonna say no. Look, man, they have like I just said, this catalog was a motherfucker, bro. Like this was something that it had to take 2 weeks, because sometimes you got to go back over the tracks again and be like, wait, what did this motherfucker just say? Like, did he just go there?
Wonder, like Talib worked with Ninth Wonder.
Come on,
and brought a whole nother thing about him.
Yeah.
So, and then if you've been keeping up with him, he got joint albums with Styles P and all kind of shit.
Yes, he been working.
Damn, and then he did something phenomenally, in my opinion, which was he started working with a Chicago MC that I love and adore, by the name of K Valentine.
Shout out K Valentine.
So Talib Kweli is like, damn. But now let me get to my guy.
Come on, cause I need to know who you got, cuz.
Because Common Sense, again, like we said earlier, like those first couple albums, it was dope watching him, not necessarily represent Chicago, but being from Chicago.
Getting his foot right into the hip hop scene. True that.
And if you're a fan of Common and you seen those videos early on the box, I forget the song right offhand, but they was doing all the gang handshakes in the video. Y'all remember that?
That's the corner.
That ain't the corner, no.
Oh, that was his beginning shit. I'm about to say, he came back on the corner, you know, they was shaking out. Like, oh, he got BD in there. Oh, they got phone there. You saw the vibe. Oh,
that's off the Resurrection. I'm like, oh, they just gonna do every handshake in
the
city. Huh? Okay, y'all be careful.
But see, I like he had to represent, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Bulls always get the longest handshake.
But that was his way. That was his way of representing Chicago.
Yes.
Even though, you know, his sound was different. So, okay, cool. Fast forward, like I said, Kanye brought the best out of all these guys from once we got, Go, was that the name? No, what's the name of the album? B. Go is one of them joints.
Go, because he represents Chicago, bro.
But if you listen to it at first, you're like, what the fuck is this? But if you paying attention to what the fuck he's saying, this joint is like ridiculous.
Yes.
Like they know.
I hated that song.
Go.
Yes, that Go was like, ugh.
Until you hear it though, like what he's saying. And then like they say, that's one of my, again, I got a few favorite hip hop records of all time. That's one of them. They say it was happening, like John Legend. Like that ain't no sample. That's John Legend.
Legend on the end,
You know what I mean? Like
that was that connection with him and Ye and all that working out, right? Because that was the part
that was the beginning of good music.
Yeah, because he was one of the original signees to good music, right? Him,
I think Common was the first.
Common and what
Common,
name?
John Legend. Who else is good music?
Oh yeah. Damn, Ryan Fest. And what was the other dude's name though that wrote? That was on that he from New York. Consequence, right? Yeah.
I like my hip hop history. I've been trying to, pay attention. But anyway, fast forward. I think this what got it for me though with Common. I'm gonna just put it out there. Common. I say Common. 2 reasons. One, I'm from the city. I'm sorry, Kweli. I love you, my boy. You one of my favorite MCs of all time. But Selma, is that the joint with John Legend?
Come on. And part of the movie, come on, talk that.
But, I mean, Glory for Selma was the movie. Glory, right? That's an impactful record right there. Like, that's one of those records that you might not know shit about Common, but when you hear that, you like, damn, like this deep, this story deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carly talked about Sierra Leone and all that, but like, I think that's the difference. Common got a lot of big records, right? Like,
I say Kweli do too, because again, that
like
Kweli.
That's a hip hop record. I'm talking about a big record.
Oh, you talking about Universal?
And I ain't talking about stats. I ain't going to Billboard or nothing like that. I'm just talking about
they reach everybody.
Right.
Okay.
And I ain't mad at Kweli for keeping it hip hop, for keeping it high.
No. I love it.
Roots.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I think the big records like that is what separate them.
Okay.
And so for that small edge is why I'm saying Common.
Now y'all know hip hop is gonna get it our ass because they're gonna be like, y'all in Chicago, y'all own ragweed comedy because you from Chicago.
Yes.
But I feel like we've given a good enough explanation.
But motherfucker, we from Chicago.
Yeah, but
so y'all get it, like,
but still,
like y'all get it. We from fucking Chicago. I love you, Kweli. Kweli, don't kill me because I love you, my guy.
Joe.
However, I'm from the city. We from the city. And, you know, we represent Harold's Chicken to the
fullest.
fullest.
Is that crucial conflict? Yeah.
Fact.
That was throwing up seed. Now, wait, hold on. I do gotta say this though, right? Because I had the chance to actually, y'all saw Black Thought perform before?
Absolutely.
I had a chance to check them out this past summer. Shout out everybody that was at the Break Chicago too, right? That was one. You was working, bro. You know, you was at Purple Palooza. Shout out Purple Palooza and everybody that was there. You know what I mean? I'll be there this year.
Facts.
Like, unless they got the breaks. No, I'm just fucking around, just talking shit. I'll be there. But look,
Felice, I got you, Felice. Don't worry.
But I got to tell you, because how it went down was Wu-Tang with the headliner. Shout out Wu, right? Mm-hmm. But it was supposed to be like Talib perform, then Mos Def perform, right? So that's how they did. They had Talib come out, he performed, Mos Def perform, and all of a sudden in the middle of Mos Def set, Talib came back out. He was like, this is impromptu because this wasn't supposed to happen. Because Mos Def let him know, don't cut my shit. Like, cause I guess they must have said something in his ear about, your time will get short. He like, they talking about cutting for set. I'm going to tell y'all now. And he said it right there, don't cut my shit. Don't cut. I was like, okay. Then they came out, they performed, and I was like, damn. The energy, the bars, like hip hop.
Still there, Black Stars still like.
Yeah. Like they never even not been around. Like them motherfuckers was like on, like I'm talking when you say go back and forth with the bar, how they perform,
hey man,
the
love. I might have to.
See, this is what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I was hoping you said Talib, so then they be like, okay, well it's a Alex over here, cause they gonna run down on us. They gonna try to.
But I'm from the east side. I gotta go back.
And I knew that's what
you
was
going.
I knew that's what I knew that.
Like, how the fuck you not take Common?
And like you just said, ooh, I love that Chris just jumped in and said that Common is Kweli's favorite artist, which I noticed him saying that shit a lot. In like when he was saying it in his album, that's what I'm like, damn, he's shouting out Common a lot. Like,
fact.
I'm like, oh damn.
So Kweli ain't gonna kill me for saying that. Okay, Kweli, we good.
He might just be like respect that y'all, but he gonna like that we actually paid attention and really broke these bars down. And I'm gonna say, like, if I was probably from Nebraska, I probably would have rolled with you, bro, just cause I ain't got no ties to Common. Like, all right, so my other tie, look, I'm gonna have to throw it out there. Look at this, I'm gonna throw this out there too. You know, Common is a part of the Shy.
That's
let me reel myself in. Hold on, Common is a part of the show The Shy. If you call episode 1 of season 2, let me reel myself out.
You did see my boy.
I'm there. So I gotta rep the city, man, 100%. Like,
that's a fact.
That's biased as fuck, right? I'm not famous. Not yet until they start cutting them big ass checks. Then y'all gonna know. They gonna see bar for bar. I'm gonna be doing mine from a remote location. Like, yeah, so I'm here. I'm tuned in with y'all.
That's some shit.
You gonna have a hologram?
That's exactly what it's gonna be. It's
Come sit in.
Bar for bar, DJ makes to the radio. Raheem Wild is in Chile right now. Playing soccer with the youth.
I'm coming in like, look, there they go back. Kids, who do y'all have? Whoever you have, Wild. I'm gonna say squad gang, man. They gonna be like squad gang, man.
But here's the one thing about both of their careers that I highly respect.
Come on, talk that.
Neither one of them cared about going platinum. They care more about the longevity in this game.
100%.
Is that now okay? Because I love that you said that. But is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because sometimes if you don't go platinum, do you have? I mean, they did have longevity, but both of them end up going platinum one time or another, right? If I'm not mistaken, or gold at least. Like back then, they gold standards was the shit.
Gold was the standard.
It was the platinum. It was like it wasn't until Pac and them started dropping platinum shit that everybody started looking like, damn, we can do platinum now. Think about it.
Was it Pac who went platinum first?
Yeah, one of the first. Well, I mean,
I'm
gonna say
he was what went platinum.
We went double platinum. No, but even before then, went platinum while he was locked up. That's why Suge had to go get the man because he like, what y'all holding this money? This motherfucker can't get out. Like his album is selling. Me Against the World went platinum. Like so, that's what I'm trying to figure out. when did the standard happen, or it wasn't even that, like, you know what I mean? Like, because their longevity was dope.
But see, here's the thing. So I think the longevity is going to get respected more because you have a lot of artists that peak too early, and then it's like, oh, well, what the fuck happened to them? Okay, and then everything they put out after that is kind of trash because they can't live up to the shit that they put out.
That they made.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the longevity is more important than respected.
I also think that, like, because if you think about hip hop, right? Hip hop didn't start off about how many records you sell, or like that didn't make you the guy or the top rapper.
True that.
Like it was about your bars. It was about you and what your brand, your package, and what you bought. Like you don't remember Rakim because of Rakim went sold all these records. You remember Rakim because he was like the talking his shit. And
he
you know,
was the first one about that knowledge itself into the music.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
You don't remember like Nas and Illmatic because of, and shout out to Illmatic, what is it, 25
they doing,
years?
Yeah, right now they talk about the anniversary, Joe. Like
you don't remember that because of you know, he was trying to go platinum or nothing like that. You remember like this kid, he different. Like,
he represented, but see, that go back to what I was saying about art albums. The first album coming out represent. When I listened to it, I felt like I was in QB Projects. Like I felt that. I felt like. And mind you, I'm from Chicago. We from the hood, but it's like I felt like I knew exactly where the fuck he was at. Plus, we all had people
because
that
that's
were
who he was around though. That's just like your cousins coming from the suburbs to the projects, and they adapt to you, and you like, oh, so you from here too? Nah, I'm from Hazelcrest. Say that shit in the 90s. You fuck around and get the shit slapped out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what I think it is. He was working with them. They did the music for him. They produced the shit for him. So he just kind of adapted to them. And then on the third album, shit.
And he lived out there, though.
Like, he did move out there.
He did live in Brooklyn.
But still. Because this go back to me. This why, and this is, and I always say this. And again, I respect all the old head. I don't like to call them old head because I know that people don't like that. I like all the older rappers that started it out. Mm-hmm. But this is why I give respect to the drill scene. Like for real. Mm-hmm. And people, and the reason I say this is because
DJ Academics.
Yeah, always. But it ain't cause the murders and all this shit that happened. But this shit was been going on beforehand. But they came out with a distinctive sound that made, when you heard it, you like, that's Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I respect. I guess that's why I fell in love with them. Like, I love all our hip hop because, again, but like everybody, like this is why I say. Common came out and he came out. Remember, I said the first two albums he sounded like them. Crucial Conflict came out. Their first album did not sound like none of that.
They wasn't on the East Coast either. They was here in Chicago.
Exactly. They was Chicago. They sound like, nigga, when I heard it, yeah, we went from out west, but we knew that was a Chicago sound.
I feel like it's unfair to talk about everybody else that came out after Common. Like, they came out after him.
And it was a long time after him.
But at the time, but okay, still though, because y'all try to go there, and I'm gonna give everybody a fair playing ground. When they came out, who else was out at that time from Chicago?
Twista?
No. Not when Crucial Conflict came out. They came out
before them.
No.
He didn't drop an album.
No, but he wasn't like real. We knew him as Tongue Twister. He wasn't, and I know about this whole game, but he was not. They went mainstream before him.
Fact.
They went mainstream. Then Do or Die actually went mainstream. Like we had the whole conversation.
Fact.
Shout out my big homie Big Bub. We had this whole conversation. Plus, I was around in that era around that shit. But Crucial.
Chrono Tick was released in '96.
That was the first.
What's the first album was released in '97.
That's what I'm saying.
But it ain't that much of a gap.
No, but this is what I'm saying. They was the first at that time. Wasn't nobody out representing
Chicago. But there was a scene brewing though. You gotta realize there was no rap scene like that when Common was coming up. Maybe it was a couple guys.
Common
but back
came
that
in,
time,
93, 94.
92.
Even if we talk about 92, right? Like I was a shorty.
So
this is how 100%. This is how I remember. That's how I remember the gang handshakes. So that's what Joe. Did you see him doing all the gang handshakes at the end of the video? So like, think about like 92 in Chicago. The Bulls had just won and all that kind of shit, right?
All that. I love to hear that in the music. Because we had that, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when you go to the other coach, regardless of what y'all trying to say, now I feel y'all trying to help them out. They don't work for me.
It's not trying to help them out.
It don't fucking work for me. It don't fucking work for me, bro.
This is what I'm saying.
Be individual, and again, I know what the culture was. I know, because again, you walk around Chicago at that time, you did catch some of B-boy niggas, because that's what they did. Like, again, hip-hop was influential. So, yeah, true enough, we had to find our sound and our style, and that's where juke came in. That's where house music came into play. This was all that. No, but I'm saying this our sounds, though. Like, because hip-hop came out, then you hear us. Like, we had hip-hop, but house became one of our hip-hop.
Okay, let's go back.
Come on.
If we talking Chicago culture, right? House was before that.
True.
House and disco is like disco, house was like
right behind each other. Yeah.
In Chicago,
yeah.
Right? Hip hop in Chicago didn't really catch on to the 90s.
Okay.
Like, they wasn't fucking with Chicago. I mean, hip hop in Chicago, it was house. House is king. That's why, like, if you listen to a lot of older DJs, if you listen to a lot of older artists and all that, like, their influence is really house.
Yeah, true that.
That shit come on, it's a whole different.
That's how I sound, though. But this is what I'm saying. Again, us identifying with I'm going back to the culture of our sound. Like, I heard everything y'all saying, but how did house come out? Because, like, when people say this, like, house came out because
we didn't have a sound yet.
But go back what she said too. House wasn't an international thing. It was a Chicago thing. That became international.
This is what I'm saying. Y'all saying everything I'm saying.
No. But what you saying is like, well, Common ain't identified with Chicago because hip hop wasn't Chicago for him to identify.
Hip hop is it. Wait, I take it away from that. Hip hop is wherever you put it at, and you make it. Not even then, bro. Because because when you try to say that, go back to the West Coast. They didn't have hip hop there. So how did they? No.
You gotta go back.
Come on,
relax. I ain't trying to argue with you.
No, I'm not arguing either. I'm just saying what y'all saying. It don't make because you look at the West Coast here. He made gangster rap. Then that's what y'all saying.
We talking about house. We talking about house. We talking about hip hop. Right? We talking about Chicago.
True that.
From 80 to 92 in Common Drop. Right?
Yes.
The hip hop was hip hop in New York. You got NWA. That was hip hop. It wasn't and you got 2 Live Crew and that shit like that. But
that was hip hop.
I'm not saying it wasn't, but I'm saying, if you Common and you move to Brooklyn and that's what you seeing, that's what you around, this is what you fucking with, you coming back to rap about house.
Maybe he didn't necessarily know how to inject Chicago
into the third album.
Yes.
The third album.
That's what we've been saying the whole time.
I'm saying, I believe I know, because what I'm saying is,
well,
I believe he.
I feel like Common is catching the beat up because he's the first to do it. That's how I feel. From you, I feel like he's catching it the hardest because he's the first to do it.
And that's usually
how it is. And then he set the precedent for everybody else.
What precedent he set? Because ain't nobody. I'm just shout out Common, bro. I'm not dissing it or nothing, but y'all, if you, my people out there understand what I'm saying.
But if there's nobody to open up the door, when I say set the precedent, if there's nobody to open up the door, then who knows? When the Brat finally came out, who knows what she would have sounded like? Like, you just never know. She might have heard Common and said the same thing you said. Then she went down south. Then she went down south, working with Jermaine Dupri and shit. Yeah, he wrote it, but she still put her shit on that. She's still from Chicago. See what I'm saying? But like I said, you go with what's truthful.
I agree with Dawes when he said that. Can I read off what Dawes said? He said, even then, hip hop was East Coast influence for real. We used to be in Chicago with the fisherman hats. I remember this.
Fact.
The goggles, the bread Tim, shell, and chew sticks. Damn. He went all the way back till we was. Yeah. And then we do got our influence from New York. True. I agree with that.
And if you go back to the Brat, if she would have never said the 606, 404, whatever the fuck she said, shout out to the West Side.
Hold on, 92, 93 was Pink House music. I do remember Pink House.
Facts. Rest in peace, Pink House.
Gramophone up north was the Chicago hip hop scene. Shout out MC Juice, Romper Room. Look, that was Lotto giving us. Come on, dog.
Wait, you said up north, and even in the 90s, Chicago was even in the 90s, Chicago was still divided though.
Shout out North
A
Side.
motherfucker from the East Side wasn't going to the North Side, especially with the stereotype that the North Side is gay.
Actually, no, you're lying. For the hip hop scene, for the hip hop scene, they were. Because it was only a small few, and this is what I did notice from a lot of them.
Wicker Park been a hip hop scene for Chicago
years, and they always Kanye. If you hear any of them talking, and it come from Kanye, Common, who else was the older guys that say I forgot their name, but they all said this is where they performed it. Like these places is the place that they had to come to because we didn't really have the Chicago wasn't ready for the scene. That's what it was. But we gotta force the scene, motherfuckers.
Now we do, but we have to get our foot in the door.
Listen. Somebody had to open the door.
Man, y'all just kissing their ass.
We have to get our foot in the door.
Let me say this. Somebody had to open the door because if you talk about NWA, right? Like we've been talking about NWA. Dre forced the door open for NWA. If you saw Straight Outta Compton when they said they was playing nothing but R&B in here, that was a fact. Yeah. He had to force them to watch these kids with Ice Cube performing. Yeah. He doing this and Cube performing. They forced that. Yeah. So
I agree with that.
So it was a whole different thing.
But you hear that though, right? This is all I'm saying.
So
he should have. That's all I'm saying is they should have. I feel everything y'all say.
I don't think you do.
I really do. But I'm a revolutionist when I believe in this
shit. Was house. You understand this. Where the fuck was you getting hip hop from in Chicago?
He just told you where. Or do I need to go back? Hold on, let me go back to it.
So where you getting fans from?
You gotta start. They gotta
what's your platform? It's different
people
now.
Around you. Ain't that how you always do your fans?
No.
How do you feel? Wait, back then. Back then, hold on, because now you're going into the internet. Back then,
I'm not going to the
Back
internet. This is
then,
what
how
I'm
did
saying.
you build your
Your
fan
radio
base?
stations is not playing nothing but house music.
Except for Pink House. He was fucking with the local hip hop scene. But other than that, a lot of people wasn't. WKKC was the only motherfuckers that really was fucking with. This is what y'all gotta understand.
That's a Southside station.
Exactly. So they were the only one, but motherfuckers had to. You gotta keep going. I don't believe that you should branch out.
He did keep going.
Exactly. No, he went to New York first.
He went New York because that was the motherfucker that was gonna put him on.
But you're not realizing that this shit still happened in 2019. That a motherfucker would go somewhere else and get on and then come back.
I know. Except. For Chief keeping them. Shout out to Chief keeping them. And that's all I got to say. And maybe that's because the internet helped them out, but they represent. Now he ain't getting that, but that's on the other circumstances. But again, we started here I hear everything y'all saying, and this could be a debate all day, every day.
I'm not.
But what I'm saying,
motherfucker no more.
What I'm saying is, Common represented album 3. He still got it though. Y'all saw it, just voted.
I just say you keep comparing him to these places that had groups. So that's just wait.
I don't believe in numbers like that.
No. So here's the thing. So we keep comparing him to East Coast. That's home, right? We compare him to the West Coast. There was no one single artist that came out the West Coast. There was a group of motherfuckers that came out the West Coast. You see what I'm saying? So that means all three of us can sit here and brainstorm, talk about how the fuck we gonna do shit, blah, 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 boom. Put out a successful ass promotion, all of this shit, right? As opposed to if I sat here, I'd probably be sitting here for 3 fucking days trying to figure some shit out. And it might not be as authentic.
Are we to blame?
No, I'm just saying that most times when you have a crew of motherfuckers where y'all can actually sit down and brainstorm on how y'all gonna do this shit, how's it gonna be effective?
So you saying Common didn't have no crew with him? Common had a crew because he always talked about him. Listen to his album. Even though the people did break in his house when he was gone on tour, and then they robbed him. Were these real stories he was talking about on them? Because them sounded so real to me. They robbed grandma on the boat.
I'm finna call you, bro.
They robbed grandma on the boat. He talked about the boat. I mean, these was dope albums. It ain't the dude who brought it to the crew.
But a crew of niggas didn't come out. Common came out. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else had the vision that Common had. You had a whole group of these motherfuckers that all had different visions for themselves, but they knew that there was that one way that they needed to get to each vision that they had. Common was the single motherfucker that came out because he had the vision that nobody else had. What was his vision? If I gotta go to New York and do what the fuck I gotta do because I'm tired of fucking beautifully struggling, I'm a motherfucking go to New York and do it.
I say this though, for Common to be out from 92 to 2019, that's fucking phenomenal.
Longevity.
Real.
Yeah, no, I never said nothing wrong with that. Longevity. Again, I don't want y'all to think that I have anything against Common. I'm just stating my facts of what I've heard and what I've listened to. These my facts.
And his acting ain't fuck with his rap career.
It's my facts. Well, no, he actually
You got
good.
LL Cool J. He started acting and was like, fuck rap.
No, and you know why he said that though? Low key, what they were saying was it's because he never got he one of the original artists on Def Jam. They never gave him equity in Def Jam. So when Russell sold it, because when Russell sold that shit, he was mad because of that shit. That's the only reason that 10 album came out, because he was contractually obligated for 10 albums.
Right.
But look how long it took the 10 albums. So he wanted to get out the contract after that because he didn't get no equity.
But he
from what I heard.
still ain't rap again.
No, because he ain't got no. Who else gonna sign? I mean, like. He don't. I say he can come out now.
Really going independent like that.
Now he could go independent and probably go bananas.
Who gonna listen to him?
Whoever his ladies. You know that nigga got a lady fan base. If he just goes
what the fuck are
straight,
you using that you fucking still look like you goddamn 32 years old? Okay.
But somebody said Common and No ID been together since 1992. Fact. Man, shout out to everybody. But they talk about we had tracks to do.
Split up.
We had tracks to do.
They split up. They Common went left and not fucked with No ID. I don't remember what they bumped heads. Common, No ID, Twilight Time.
Was it during the time of the Electric Circus though?
I can't say specifically what the time was. I would just say that they separated, right? Okay. But when the Nobody Smiling album come back around, is when him and No ID and Twilight Tone and y'all get back on the same page, and he, And
we about to me, I feel that album was about the youth.
And again, that was my first interview. I was able to have that conversation with him.
Oh, so he told you about this then?
Go check me out on Urban Grind TV. Type in DJ MA to the comment, and then
that interview there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my very first interview. That's my very first interview. So right now, the question for you guys is, what y'all listening to though? Like, what y'all got going on? What's in your on your car, in your Bluetooth?
Man, personally, bro, I've been going bananas. Like, all right, y'all already know R.I.P. Nip, Neighborhood Nip. His catalog been in my shit. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, anytime you get in my car, you're listening to his catalog. Up until this past week, because, I had a couple of shows I had to go take care of. So, until this past week, 7 a.m., 7 for 7 dropped by the homie AM Early Morning. Mm-hmm. My fucking God.
Fucking God.
If y'all haven't heard that, get it. It's on all streaming platforms right now. It's called 7 a.m. 7 for 7 by the artist AM Early Morning. Put all that together, Joe. That's his name. You're going to hear what the fuck. Now, when we go back to saying artists go to New York again, he went to NY and rapped with these guys called Flea Lord and the whole movement up there, bro, and the Loyalty of Death. When the man dropped this 7 for 7, it was some of the hardest.
Oh, so you fucking with AM, fucking with New York, but not Common, huh?
AM still sound like Chicago when he did it.
I'm playing, bro. Shout out to my boy AM.
He did it. He sounded like Chicago when he did the shit, right? But he went up there and killed it. Like, I don't know what the gods did with him in there, what the Lord did when they grabbed him in that studio, but it brought out what we already knew he had in him.
Fact.
But he just like bananas.
But you know what? And to add to it with Common, I remember an interview he did where he used to talk about. No. I remember an interview where, so he kind of sounds like New York, but he used to, and maybe this is also an influence, he used to always talk about in the interview that he did, how they used to pretty much give him shit for how he talked, because he talked Chicago. So when he called motherfuckers dog or Joe, like, they low-key took offense to that, but they had to get used to it. So maybe that was also part of the influence.
Don't change it up, because I'm going to call the motherfucker a dog and a Joe. And this one thing I love.
But it was just like, what's up, dog? And they'd be like, nigga, you call me a fucking dog?
What else you listen to? Because he ready to go there every time. Nah, fuck that. I'm from the city. You motherfuckers gonna fuck with me.
So off of that album now, I went and checked out Flea Lord. Flea Lord Gets Greater Later is out now on all streaming platforms. Go check that out. Again, the sound that I'm hearing behind these guys, the production, the beats, but fucking bananas, bro, like bananas. And then, low key, because I'm getting, I'm telling you, I'll be going through my title shit, and they be telling me, you listen to this artist, you forgot about this. So then I go down and I see my homie Ju Jilla and Nut G drop Fit a Wise, W-I-S-E, or the 2 Y's. Love how they played on this shit. When I say you hear this, and this, I know y'all like, damn, he went, this all, I'm gonna take that back. I don't even call him underground no more, because Flea Lord said, look, bro, we not underground. He said, what we're doing is the hip hop.
Facts.
So I was like, damn. He said, the shit that's underground is all that old commercial ass shit that y'all hearing now. I said, damn, Lord, you said it right. So they represent hip hop right now with these albums that I'm telling y'all about. Now, if you don't believe me, please go back and check them out. I'm gonna put them right now. I'm gonna tag everybody, all the names on here. Ooh, pardon body. But that's what I'm listening to. That's what I'm listening to right now, man.
What you listening to?
You know what? I've been feeling ratchet this week. So
Okay.
I listened to Lil' Kim, Notorious K.I.M.
Okay.
Oh.
Adina Howard, so she was.
Oh shit!
Oh, you know your freak in the morning, freak in the evening, just like me.
Her first album, yeah, none of the other ones. Her first album. I started listening to City Girls. You know, I didn't listen to them at all, but I know, right?
She was right here shaking this jump.
I started listening to City Girls. So check this out, right? One of my homies put me on that Bruno Mars got caught for doing cocaine, right? I didn't know that. I didn't know
she
that.
didn't know this years ago, huh?
Right?
Oh, God.
So it made me kind of go back and re-listen to his music. So he got this song Gorilla. And the way the song started out, he's like, shit, he got something with a cocaine kicker and he feeling like he's 7 feet tall. Oh, he got a belly full of liquor with a cocaine kicker and he feeling like he's 7 feet tall. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga really had a cocaine kicker. So in the song, but we see Bruno Mars in a different light, right? Because in the second verse, he be like, give it to me, baby, give it to me, motherfucker. And I'm like, holy shit. But I always loved the song. I just never looked at it in that way.
Right.
And then I found out. And so then in the Please Me video,
like
which
the weekend too, man.
and so his music changed for me when I found out he was doing drugs too.
That's how you
But
find
look,
out.
in the Please Me video, right? You seen it?
Yeah.
So in the beginning,
What's this?
he got this look, and it's like the bottom of his eyelids are bulged out, and he's like. I'm like, that nigga probably did a line before he motherfucking, before this video started, because he was looking at her like a motherfucker.
Oh
Shit.
God.
I hope a nigga look at me like that at some point in my life. That nigga was staring the fuck out of her. But yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
I've been listening to 2 Chainz. I've been listening to, shout out to Just Chloe, she just dropped a joint with Joel Q.
Oh.
Listen, I'm a thirsty ass DJ for all y'all who don't know. So like, I be in motherfuckers DM like, yo, you dropped that? I ain't got that. What's wrong with you? And they be like, MH, my bad. So I get it, right away. Well, I'm dropping this tomorrow. Do I gotta wait till tomorrow? Hell no. MH, you get it right now. So shout out to Chloe, cause I got that new joint. What you shaking your head for, bro? You know this how I roll. You know this how I roll.
I'd just be glad that people who watch this know. So when they be like, Joe, you ain't get my new joint. And I be like, who you sent it to? Oh man, MH got it. This is why I have not heard it.
He ain't getting it.
Because he holds it. So please, whenever y'all send music out, send it out to CC? It's CC Smash Cash Radio
And
then
Gmail.
Gmail.
BC is that before Christ?
Yep.
Radio Rahima 312 at
You
Gmail.
before Christ?
Okay, you better know it.
Oh, man.
I got African ancestors.
Tomorrow Easter, Joe. He rides from the Disney Church.
So,
oh my God.
Shout out to Chloe, because I'm rocking with Chloe. I'm been rocking with AM Early Morning as well. That's 7 for 7. Shout out to my boy. That shit's so hard. What else I've been listening to? MC Tree G. My boy Tree. You know,
He dropped
a
something else
new
again?
project.
Which one?
Oh my
Cause I
God.
was the last one I was on was Soul. Wait, no.
Nah.
It was something else he had just dropped. He been going crazy.
Tree back in his bag. Salute to my boy Tree. Tree, don't kill me for forgetting the name, but it's something about grown. We grown now, I think is the name of it, or something like that.
Okay.
But salute to Tree. Tree just dropped another project. What else I've been listening to? I always listen to Tiana Taylor. Like, you know,
That's my girl.
she one of my favorites. And
Oh, you gotta love me.
it's only
I love
right.
the remix too.
salute to the
With the
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Go ahead.
Remix. Of course, Nipsey Hussle stayed in my rotation. Dedication is one of my favorite joints. But I you know what?
I
Like
went through the whole catalog.
The whole catalog. But like Victory Lap, like I said, that was album of the year for me last year.
That's an album of a movement right now. Like I ain't gonna even fucking lie. Like
Blue Laces, like it's a lot of joints that's like, god damn, like
young niggas. Like when you go back and hear Young Niggas again, and then you find out he was dedicating that song kind of to his brother Black Sam.
Fact. Even if you listen to like
come on.
Last time that I checked, when you listen to YG verse, when YG say, "Yo, we gotta protect them. We can't let them take them away from us." It's like, whoa. Like
he seen the. He said, "The game you gave me, Nip. I hear you." Like, yeah. No,
so I've been listening to Nipsey Hussle as well as like I stay Champagne. Shout out to my boy Champagne from the NYC. Y'all like, who the fuck is that?
That's the one you got the song?
Yes. He said
he got a theme song, y'all. Can you play it? No, you can't play it.
It's not my theme song.
He ain't sent it to me neither. I would have played it if he sent it to me.
It's not my theme song. However, you know, he did the drop where he put MH Tiller in the song. But not just that song, he just dropped another one. And again, if I see you on, I got a banger. Hey, I need that.
You hear that?
Need that. Shout out to my boy Melody Truth. He dropped that 1544. Like, so y'all see, man, I just be, you know, in tune with everything and everybody that's going on, you know.
You be in your bag a little bit,
And if you don't believe it, check me out tonight at Tantrum for the Loud Pack Showcase. I'm on my way right now. Not right now because it's way too early, but I'll be there in a couple hours.
Right, because we got to get ready.
Tantrum.
Yeah, change.
Everything switched from Room 2 to Tantrum.
The updated thing.
It hasn't come across my IG.
She don't follow us on IG. She don't follow us on IG. That just show y'all. Our whole co-hosts do not follow. I had an issue with both of these people.
After the show.
I had an issue with both of these people not following me on Twitter. These supposed to be your homies though, right? Like, how the fuck you gonna tag somebody on something on Twitter?
First of all, why you putting our business out here? I'm putting it out there for bar
because they need to know. They need to know how phony y'all be.
So let me ask you. So I gotta follow you on Twitter, follow you on Instagram, be your friend on Facebook, be your friend in real life.
If you want to be tagged in some shit.
Snapchat.
I mean, I thought when I bought you that turkey burger the other night that we was all down to the end, but no, I guess not. Don't feed this nigga. You see how he be acting?
She talking about turkey burger, but ask them who got them good Wednesday. Shout out Corky Kitch. Who got them good
So Wednesday? You see, we have a connection while he over here acting like a motherfucking.
They don't fuck with me.
Why the fuck I ain't get a turkey burger? Yo, where can they find y'all at on social media?
Radio Rahima or Radio Rahima 312. China me please on Snapchat. I'm gonna use it more.
What?
I'm not saying nothing.
I posted on Snapchat today.
She did. I saw it. I was like, damn. Okay.
All right. Y'all can find me at Smashcast ENT Smashcast Radio. That's on Instagram, Twitter. Like the pages on Facebook right now. Continue to follow our Bar for Bar pages everywhere. That's Bar for Bar Hip Hop Show on YouTube because we're actually going to start going live over there real soon.
Fact.
So y'all can be able to just tune in over there and get all the information from there. Check out the Instagram Bar for Bar 1 is the page and the Twitter is Bar for Bar 2.
Yep.
Make sure y'all rock out with us, man. Stay tuned in with us. No. Sorry. No. If you have a cunt, you go put your cunt out there. We simply use an old
Okay, rock out with your crotch out. Yes.
Follow me at DJ MH, the number 2DA, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. Go to DJMH, the number 2DA.com. Check out the website, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Hold on, real quick.
Ask them about look, we taking suggestions too, because we love that our people are rocking. Wait, can I do my shout out first though? Shout out Das Lotto. He rocking with us 100%. Christopher Potsy Strong.
Okay.
He been rocking with us. Look, and they say give him his turkey burger. Everybody telling you to give him his turkey
my bad.
burger.
I got you.
Shout out DJ Freddie B tuned in, rocking out with us. Shout out my uncle all the way in NYC, checking out with us. Shout out Miss House. She's rocking out with us. And who else, man? 100 Stacks. Felice from Determined Radio. Make sure y'all check her out. And look, everybody else, man. I appreciate all y'all.
Real quick before we go off, right? So last night I was out at this deficit, right? Everything's cool. I go to the bathroom. I don't even know how this happened. I go to the bathroom, go to use the bathroom. I look down. Boom, I can see the flow. Right? Through my pants, I can see the flow. Boom. There's this big hole from where the zipper end to like, it's like this wide. So I'm like I didn't have this like this long, right? So I didn't have the drink. So I'm thinking I'm tweaking. I go to put my arm through the hole and it went. And I was like, oh shit, man. How the fuck? So now I have to sit around like this
So
all
you
night.
got ass out.
No, it was vagina out.
All out.
It was right here. It was like boom,
So you
boom.
got whole breeze on the cooch.
It wasn't a breeze because I wore underwear.
No, you like.
But yeah, I'm sitting around like this. I'm making sure I put my what's the name. I'm self-conscious about it. Yeah. So.
You self-conscious about putting the
I was self-conscious about a hole because, okay, look, I be wearing these lace underwear, but I'm not so gentle, so when I pull them up, I pull a hole in them because I just like,
So you got a lace underwear hole and a hole. So you did have easy access.
Oh!
Shout out that guy too. Hey,
that's not where I was going.
No, that's what I thought.
That's bop for bar this episode. We out.
Hey, wait, hold on. Wait. We still taking suggestions though. So if y'all got any two artists that y'all want us to go bop for bar with, let us know. Put them in the y'all at the bottom of the comments. Appreciate that. Keep commenting every time y'all see the show. Comment at the bottom. Let us know who y'all want to see up next. And we're going to go crazy with those. So we're going to go through their catalog. We're going to talk about it. And just be on the lookout for more bar for bar that's happening, man. Shout out to Dream Team. I appreciate y'all, man.
Shout out.
Hey, I love y'all. All my 420 smokers. I don't smoke. I can't indulge for other reasons that we will not disclose right here.
I'm about to go get ready. It's
Roll one
420.
for your boy, man. Smoke something, light something for me.
Swat, gang, my